Hey guys, Game Prime here, and in just 4 hours at 4 p.m. EST, PlayStation will have their big showcase presentation featuring a ton of new games and announcements for holiday 2021 and beyond, and I'm super excited. This is the big event for PlayStation. They have not had something like this in almost a year since the last one that they did in September 2020 when they revealed the price and the release date of the PS5. I'm really looking forward to this. Like I just mentioned, I have a few good ideas of what they're going to target and talk about, and then some surprises as well. So they said the showcase will be about 40 minutes in length and include updates from PlayStation Studios and some of the industry's most imaginative developers for games releasing this holiday and beyond, like I just mentioned. And then even after the presentation, there's going to be more updates from of the studios featuring the games that they showed at the showcase. They also said that the VR won't be making an appearance, yada yada yada. I'm going to get into my first prediction real quick. I think the show will either open. Well, I don't even want to say that, but I think one thing that's for sure going to be at the show is The Last of Us. In some form or fashion, something Last of Us is going to show up. Whether that is the Last of Us remake in the Last of Us Part 2 engine, or just Last of Us factions, something of that nature is going to show up. If they do show, and if Last of Us Remake is real, I think that could be their big holiday 2021 title. Think that's a big enough game. People love that game. Whether or not they like the second one still had amazing gameplay, amazing visuals, and an amazing engine. And putting the first game in that engine, it's kind of a win-win. Yeah, it's a little bit early. It's only been 8 years since it came out, but Last of Us 2's engine, which is a modified Uncharted 4 engine, it's just so beautiful, and I think that it would make a great holiday game. Speaking of Uncharted, I don't really think it will show up here today, but there's always a chance. If it does show up, I don't think that it's going to be made by Naughty Dog. I think it might be developed by one of their new studios, like San Diego, or one of the new San Diego studios that they got a bunch of former Naughty Dog employees for. So if there's anything Uncharted wise, it'll be that. Whether or not it'll be a 5 or just another side game like Lost Legacy, I don't mind. Uncharted is Uncharted. As long as we see some familiar characters, I'm sure it'll be great. Next thing I want to talk about is some Square Enix stuff. There's three things I have written down. First one's Forspoken, which is what Project Athia was. Um, I remember seeing it last June, I believe, at the June showcase, and it looked really good. I was really interested in it. I thought that was Final Fantasy 16, honestly, and then they showed Final Fantasy 16 after, and they're two separate things. So I think we might see some Forspoken here. I think we'll see more Forspoken than Final Fantasy 16. If we do see Final Fantasy 16, it'll just be a short, another trailer, maybe with a release window. I think Forspoken will have a release window and maybe a month, maybe a date attached to it, but I think Forspoken will come out before 16. And then there's always Kingdom Hearts. Don't think Kingdom Hearts is going to show up here. It, always well likely could, but I don't think it will. I think they might be saving Kingdom Hearts for the Tokyo Game Show later this month. Horizon Forbidden West, they just showed a lot of it. I think they'll show just a little bit if they need to show anything, because they've kind of exhausted that game already, and especially with everything going on with it being the PS5 upgrade not being free, and then them changing their mind, yada yada yada. So I think Horizon's kind of been exhausted. Next up is Death Stranding. The director's cut is about to release next week, I believe. If they do show Death Stranding, it's just going to be the new trailer that Kojima put out yesterday. That's it. I don't think that they're going to go too heavy on it. I think we'll also get another short little trailer for Kena Bridge of Spirits. Maybe a demo. I would love a demo. That would be awesome. I would also love to see some DLC for Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, which, if you haven't played it yet and you have a PS5, what the hell are you doing? Play that game. It is phenomenal. It is one of the best games of the year. It is so good. I had such a great time with it. It's my favorite Ratchet and Clank game since Tools of Destruction, and it was perfect, practically from front to back. And if they do DLC for it, awesome. Hopefully it's like a Quest for Booty type of deal, and then it'll lead into another, game down the road. Or maybe they could do like a Miles Morales type deal where it's, kind of like Quest for Booty, etc., etc. But I also don't think Ratchet's very likely. I think it just has I'd say a 20% chance of popping up. GTA, unfortunately, I do think that we'll see some GTA 5 for PS5. Hopefully it's just like a sizzle reel trailer, because what more do people need to see for that game? I don't know if we'll see the GTA trilogy that's been rumored for a while. Could see it. Same goes for Alan Wake Remastered that they just announced a couple days ago. Could see that. I'm not really sure what Remedy wants to do, but we'll see there. Deathloop, I could see getting a couple minutes. I'm not big on Deathloop, so I don't have anything to say for it. They could announce the Blue Point Games acquisition and talk about their next game, which people speculate to be a Metal Gear Solid remake. So we'll see if that is true or not. Hopefully it is, because I would just love to see how that looks. Abandoned, we might get another trailer. That whole thing is a mess. Abandoned's just one big mess. Whether it's a Kojima game, whether the guy's just a fool and leading people on, who knows, but maybe we'll see it tomorrow. Stray was a weird like cat game that they showed at one of the showcases. Looked cool. I think it got delayed till next year, but I wouldn't mind seeing more of it. I also think that they might show Resident Evil 8 DLC. They, same percent chances Ratchet DLC for at least a PlayStation showcase. Marvel's Avengers might get the Spider-Man DLC finally detailed, and see what Spider-Man it is, see when it releases. Speaking of Spider-Man, I 100% think that they're going to tease Spider-Man 2. They might not show gameplay, they might not show a lot, for it, but I think it's going to get announced. 100%. There's been talks about, not talks, but every month, I believe, for the next year, there's supposed to be some sort of Persona news coming out to celebrate the 25th anniversary, and I hope that it could start here. And what a better way to kick off a big celebration by revealing a Persona 3 remake. I would die for this. I think if they're going to do an announcement every month for the next year, I think it's smart to kick it off with Persona 3 Remake, have that come out later next year, and then just do smaller announcements between then and then end it off with announcing Persona 6. Whether or not they'll do any of that, I have no clue. I think Persona 3 Remake will happen, and Persona 6 is happening. Pretty much. um, so that's about it for what I had on my list besides two things. One thing is God of War Ragnarok. I think this is a lock. I don't know what the internet is going to do if this game does not show up today. There just should be gameplay. There should be a story trailer. There should be a release window. Will we get all that? Who knows? The game was originally supposed to come out this year. It got rumored that it got pushed back. It never got officially announced outside of a press release. So there is not too much news on Ragnarok besides those couple of things. So we'll see what it is hopefully tomorrow. I can't wait for it nonetheless. I can't wait to see how beautiful it looks on the PS5. And I just can't wait to see what kind of new stuff they bring to the table, because 2018 God of War was a masterpiece front to back. And then finally, because it's my channel, and I can't go without talking about it, Sly Cooper. Do I think it will show up today? Honestly, if I'm being completely honest, I think it has a better chance now than it ever has before, just because of all the rumors and stuff that people have been saying about it. I don't think it'll show up, though, just because it's Sly. It never shows up. You know? He's been stuck in Egypt for 8 years. They barely tried to do anything with him after. It's just kind of a lost cause right now. You know, I will be the happiest person in the world if Sly gets announced tomorrow. I can't say whether or not I see it happening or not, because I just don't know anymore. It's awesome that Sly's been in the news lately. It's awesome that I've seen about four different things from big news sources saying that Sly's coming. It's huge that a supposed credible insider who's leaked stuff correctly before, like the Final Fantasy VII Remake coming to PS Plus. It's awesome to see a credible source like that say that he's heard stuff about Sly coming back. Is it going to be made by Sucker Punch? Who knows? Who knows if they can, if they're able to split into two teams now, like a Naughty Dog or Insomniac Games. I feel like they could. The Ghost of Tsushima director's cut's over with. I don't know if they'll immediately go into Ghost of Tsushima sequel or not. I feel like they could, but then they just would be exhausting themselves. But it's also something they've done with every single series in the past, starting with Sly. They did Sly 1, 2, 3, Infamous 1, 2, Second Son, Festival of Blood. I'm saying this out of order. And then Second Light, I think. I think I named them all. But yeah, they always just seem to go in order. So if they, were to do a game out of order, not like a sequel of any sorts, it would be different for them. I don't know if I see Sucker Punch making Sly, though. Oh yeah, one more thing I forgot to mention. I totally forgot about it. Crash Bandicoot. Crash Bandicoot's showing up tomorrow. There's no way he's not. People got sent those Wumpa fruit pinatas in the mail. There's no way that he's not showing up. It's his 25th birthday today. He's 25. They're going to celebrate in this event. I think it'll be the rumor Wumpa League. I guess it's going to be like a PvP Crash Bandicoot game, which is weird. I don't know how that'll work, but I'm interested. You know, hopefully it's not horrible. But they've had a good track record so far with uh, the Insane Trilogy, the CTR, Nitro Fueled. Even though the unlocking criteria in that game was hot garbage, and then Crash 4, and even Spyro. You know, they've been nailing it out of the park with all of them. So I have hope for whatever this Crash thing is teasing, and we'll probably see it today. But that's about it for me. What do you guys think will be shown in the showcase today? Do you think Sly has a chance at all? I'm giving Sly a fair 8% chance to show up. Once again, they did say that there are like 24 new games being developed by worldwide studios, and about half of them are from pre-existing IPs. Who knows? But once again, let me know what you guys think. What do you want to be shown today the most? And yeah, thanks for watching this little predictions video. I will probably just edit this real quick and put it out. But if you guys want to check out a big video I just did, it should be out after this. So in about 30 to 50 minutes, I'd say, there will be a big video out on a Nintendo Power Collection. So if you're a Nintendo Power fan, check that out. I put a lot of work into that video, so that's going to be really cool for everybody to see finally. But enjoy the showcase, guys. I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully something you want the most is shown. And yeah, let's just all enjoy it, and I will see you guys on the other side. Thanks for watching.